So now we move on to peripherals. As you can see, it's all Logitech, no particular reason. They're a good brand, they have some of the best software out for everything. So we'll start with a keyboard, which is the G19S, and a lot of people will complain because it's not mechanical, but personally that doesn't really bother me. So we'll just have a look at the back and see what it tells us. It goes on about your game and desktop switch mode. I'll show that to you later. On the side you'll have your programmable keys. You have a LCD full colour up the top, so you can get applets, download them. It can tell you all sorts of stuff, like just the time, your CPU usage, all that kind of stuff, temperatures. You can even watch YouTube or use it as a webcam screen if you like. It's got a 5-key rollover, full colour adjustable RGB colours. You can customise all that in the software. And also the backing, I guess you could call it, on the board itself is smudge proof. So unlike my case, which gets marks on it the first time you touch it, this shouldn't get any greasy marks or anything like that on it. So I'll just pull this out and I'll be back with you. So here it is. It may not look like much now when it's not plugged in, but you can see your WASD keys are a different colour, make them easy to find, and so are your arrow keys. This is the switch I was talking about before, to switch between your game mode and your normal mode to enable and disable your Windows key, so you don't hit it by accident in the middle of battle. Your programmable keys on the side. You have 3 different tiers, I guess you could call them, for it. So you can program them all for your first one, and for a different game you just hit your next one, and they all do different things once again. It's pretty standard, shift key, enter key, all that's nice. Then over here, normal looking numpad, and then this little scroll is for your volume, so that's a nice little feature, better than hitting 7 buttons at once to try to change something. You got your play, pause, stop, backwards and forwards. This button will turn your screen on and off, which is adjustable, and then you have controls to change what you're seeing on your screen. One thing with this is you need to plug it into a separate power. Right, it comes with a connector in the box for all that, but the positive about that is its USB ports are powered, so you can use them for speakers and things like that. On the back you'll see all these grooves. They're for cable management once again. So if you have something running down, you can just put it under here, run it all nicely, and then it's just not dangling around or around the edge of it. And you have your adjustable feet, fairly sturdy, so that should be good. Right, next I'll see you with the mouse I have, which is a Logitech G500S. So here it is, the G500S. I do like the way Logitech have their pictures on the front, so it's kind of what it is and then what's on the inside. And I've just kind of always liked that kind of stuff. And I'll just flick open the front, and there's the mouse itself. So I'll just try to wrangle this thing out. Alright, so I've got the mouse out, but before we have a closer look, just go over some of the specs. So it's 200 to 8200 DPI, 12 megapixels a second. The speed is 4.19 meters a second. So you would have to travel, or have the mouse moving 4.2 meters before it started to freak out and not know what to do. 1000 reports a second. Everything else is fairly standard. The feet are rated up to 2,500 kilometers. So if you drag it along for 250 kilometers, that's about when your feet will start to wear out. And the buttons have 20 million clicks, sorry. So the mouse itself, quite nice, good size, I like it. Some people get all antsy about it. It's too big, too small, too light, too heavy. all that stuff. As you can see, it came with weights. I've never used a weighted mouse, so I might have to have a play around with that. Your scroll wheel, and just below it there's a button which activates their flywheel, on the fly, so it doesn't click. So if you have a 300-page document, just scroll down and it'll keep going, and you just push the button again and it goes down page by page. On the side, just above the thumb there, we have a backwards, forwards, and another button which is programmable, I do believe. And then up here you have your DPI button, so you can adjust your DPI as you go along. So here we are, guys, for the last unboxing for a while, I guess, which is the headset, my Logitech G230s. They're pretty much exactly the same as the G420s, I think they are, except of course the 420s wireless, this isn't. So they're red. Yeah, I know, I don't really care about colour. As long as they work, I'm happy. They go on about their high quality sound from their 40mm drivers, and that's probably the one thing that most headsets do have on them, because the bigger the driver, the better the sound apparently. So we'll pull this out and have a closer look. So inside we find our setup guide and just warranty and help and stuff. We have a fairly long cable here, well, surprisingly long really. It's a red, very fine braided cable, which is surprisingly soft. Let's just pull them out, have a look. They're heavy, not too heavy. I guess you get used to it sitting on your head. Nice soft ear cups that'll go cover your, like, surround your whole ear. And it's kind of that sports pants material, so I'm hoping that's breathable. Ear pads are removable, so you can just pull them off, wash them, put them back on. Have a microphone which is flexible, also noise cancelling, so that way when you try and talk in TeamSpeak or record commentary, it's just your voice that's heard and not other random stuff. So the next video you see will probably be the PC build, so I'll see you then.